Hey guys, this is Gene Jensen with BassResource.com. Well, there it is. That is the Raymarine Dragonfly. It is, Raymarine is breaking into the freshwater industry. They've been in saltwater for years and years and years. And they have come out with in my opinion, an absolutely amazing unit at this price range. This video is going to be for BassResource.com, and I'm also going to put it on my YouTube channel so you guys can kind of see one of the tools that I use to go out and find fish. I got this this unit probably in May, I believe, and so it's now October, and I've been using it for quite a while, and I wanted to put it through its paces, try to figure out what I liked and what I didn't like about it. You know, it's nice to be able to go out into deep water and look for some pretty cool stuff, you know, sunken boats and old buildings and things like that. This one right here, this is an old grist mill that is down at the bottom of the lake on one of my favorite lakes. You know, it's pretty cool to be able to do that, but what does that do for us who bass fish? Not really a whole lot. You know, they're pretty. It's pretty pictures. So what I'm going to do is I kind of want to talk about how it works for me as a fairly shallow water fisherman. I do like to catch fish deep, but I know the majority of us like to fish, you know, from 0 to 25 feet deep. You know, most fish finders are pretty limited with that, and you know, the cone isn't very wide at 12 feet. When I go over points and go over humps and things like that, I want to know what's on that point and hump without having to make 10 casts to it and feel what's around there. When I look at the down imaging on the Dragonfly, I know that there's rock on there. I know that's a brush pile. Even better yet, I know there's fish on that brush pile. I started crappie fishing with my kids this year. Actually didn't start, but I've been got pretty serious about it this year. And lo and behold, that dang, I'd go over top of a brush pile and it would just light up like a Christmas tree with all the crappie that were in there. So I'd know there were crappie in there. I'd go and drop down and bam, there'd be fish. I mean, it really does come in handy, you know, going over points and things like that. You know that that's a fish because it doesn't look like anything else. And through time, you learn to recognize what a bass is and what a bluegill is and what crappie is by how they school up around places. Hold on just a second. Let me crank my motor up. Pull out just a little bit. I was about to go into a bush full of mayflies. But you know, let me go over some of the features of the Dragonfly. Now, everybody's heard about this Chirp dual channel technology, whatever they call it, okay? What that is it allows you to look at both the fish finder or the sonar, whoops, I paused it. The fish finder and the down scan at the same time, okay? And it's not the same frequency, so they don't interfere with each other. So you get a nice clear picture of what's going on. One of the things I've learned about this is that it likes 3 to 5 miles an hour, and you get the best quality with that. I don't know what's back in this pocket, so if we go over something, we go over something. But anyway, you can see, I mean, it gives you pretty clear vision on what's going on, a pretty good image, okay? It's a little bit of, see, if I was going over this with just the fish finder, I'd think that was a brush pile, but if you look right here, it's not. It's actually a ball of shad right there. There's some larger fish that are sitting right up in here. Now, here's a brush pile. I don't know what that is. Interference of some sort. Anyway, here's a brush pile, ball of shad. See, it separates it from the bottom, unlike what a fish finder does. So you can use these two to be able to really get an educated guess on what's going on with these down underneath you. I'm gonna go over some of the other features. It's got a 50 channel GPS, which means it is very accurate. You know, you throw something on there, you throw a waypoint on there, and you're able to get right back to that exact spot. Your avionics chips are included with it. All right, let me show you some of the features of the map. All right. You rotate this right here, it zooms in and zooms out. See that rotation? It zooms in, zooms out. I've got this set at a 16-foot depth right now. just because that's about where the fish are. Yeah, I'm toggling over with this little toggle right here. Hit the back button, it takes me right back to my boat. This right here, this is your page select, tools and settings. You can split your map and your down vision on there. Split your map and your sonar. Split your sonar and your down vision, or just go with either one of them. Real easy to toggle. You push this button, it pops up. There's your down imaging. I'm not moving, so you see a little blurry stuff right there. You know, and man, I mean, this has been such an outstanding addition to my arsenal. I really do love it. Let me get the sun out of my back so you guys can get a pretty good. All right, let's see. Some of the other things I like about it. I want you to look in the back. You just have one plug. I'm gonna power this off. Okay, and all you do is you just rotate this little thing, pull the plug right out. Another thing I like about this, you take this thing off, when you're installing it, this end right here is a lot narrower than what I'm used to with my Lowrance. So it's very easy to fish this through your boat. That's all it is just that little narrow thing right there. Really easy to fish it through your boat. I chose to mount it to my dash like this just because I had a hole here and I already had a plate, so I used this plate. You know, sent the cord out through that little deal. I mean, it ended up being fairly clean. You know, you just plug it in and rotate. Another thing they have, which I don't have, is you can put a lock right here. It's like a thale lock or whatever. Thale lock. You go right here and it locks your unit to your boat so nobody can steal it. I really like that option. I guess the biggest thing I love about it is the down vision. I mean, it's better than any of them I've used. I use Humminbird, I use Lowrance. The down vision itself gives you a lot crisper image than anything, and I really feel like down vision is the future. Side imaging is great, or side scan, or whatever they call it. It's great for being able to scan an area really quick, but if you really want to be able to tell whether there's a bass on a piece of structure or whether there's crappie on a piece of structure, the Dragonfly it's what I've been using. You get this nice big, you know, screen. You can sit there and look at it, and be able to pinpoint where you need to cast. Would I use it for a trolling motor? Personally, I wouldn't. But I know some people that do. They make a trolling motor mount. The transducer is pretty good size. They make a trolling motor mount for it, and the people that use it for your trolling motor, you know, up front, really like it. I like my my Lowrance Elite 7 up front. I've gotten really used to it, so that's kind of what I use. Let me think of anything else. Shoot, I got no clue. I just enjoy it. I'm glad I have it on my boat. It's become a permanent part of my boat, and it's a permanent tool for me to go out and find fish. Well, like I always say, visit bassresource.com for the answer to all your questions about bass fishing, and have a great day.